Like always, good morning, good afternoon, whenever the upload comes through. And I apologize for my lack of appeal. But like always, I try to keep people and use my platform for my best of my ability. And if I'm saying something and I'm saying it too fast, or things might go over some people's head, I apologize. I say these things because right now, as we speak, someone might be going through the very thing that I'm going through. They might need answers. They might not be as educated or well-informed as I might be. And I want them to understand that information and knowledge and wisdom and prayer is the only thing that stands in between life and death sometimes. Some people die from lack of understanding and knowing things and knowing how, when things get to a certain point in their life, to get over that certain thing. Now, so that I can explain it, I had to study. And yesterday I studied, and I know that people might not believe that I retain information as often, as fast as I do, but I can give you the example so you know. When a person is perceived to be in shape or in health or good health, blood loss sometimes can be rapidly regenerated in a person's body naturally. When that doesn't occur, you get to a point where you start to count, and your count gets to a critical level where they either have to put you in a situation where you don't die or try to save your life, or you be in a situation where you're being watched specifically so it doesn't drop down to a level that consistently can confer with you dying. So I say those things to say that, number one, a healthy count is 11. Healthy count is 11. A dangerous critical count is maybe 4 or 5. 4 or 5, you should definitely have some type of effects or some type of feelings behind it. Unfortunately, I didn't. So because I didn't have a reaction to it, they didn't know to check for it until they checked for it by accident and found it, which is totally the grace of God. Mine was 4, which basically means at any given time I could have walked out here, passed out, hurt myself, started bleeding, and died. So the thing you must understand about blood transfusions is the people who don't take them have the right not to take them, and in some cases they're actually smart. You can only test blood for what it's tested for. You can only test blood for what it's tested for, and you can only test it for what you know. So you don't have to worry about the things that people test nowadays for. You have to worry about the things that might be underlined, associated with blood, because no one, 9 times out of 10, the average person gives blood because of dire circumstances, meaning they're in financial need and they use blood as a means to gain some type of capital or currency. In saying that, usually if someone's in a condition where they need financial currency, they're usually not at the healthiest people possible. Most likely drug addicts. So you have to understand that even though blood might go through the screening, there might be an underlying situation. So you should be very, very careful that you do not take blood under the circumstance that you want to get your normal level. You want to get to a level where your body starts to be able to do it healthily, and it builds itself back up over time. So to make a long story short, I denied the last fusion, and I decided to go with iron and vitamin C, because you need vitamin C to break down what the iron inside your body is to produce the blood. The reason I did it, you can think of the most famous case, Arthur Ashe, the famous tennis player who didn't have a sick bone in his body and got a blood transfusion because AIDS and all those things wasn't associated, wasn't as profound as it was. He died from an illness that was given to him indeliberately. So it's safe to say, I'm not bragging, but the doctor was in here joking and laughing with me all day, because he said I was the first patient who ever made up his case file treatment and they actually accepted it. So they actually just took what I said and said, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully I get a pick line and kill any type of underlying conditions or bacteria or viruses or something that might have been transferred back into it, and I'm willing to do that. But the bottom line is I'm not out of the water. Unfortunately, I'm not, but life must go on. Things must go on. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that through it all, I smile. Decopbo 1.